you know how everyone's telling us, like, you just need therapy, like, you're depressed, and it's like, no, we're broke. Because why is everything so fucking expensive? Like, I moved to a different city. My auto insurance went up like $20. I don't know why. I called them and I was like, why did this go up? And she was trying to figure it out, and I was like, I also need to update my address because I just moved. And she goes, okay, with your address updated, you live in a higher risk area now. Surprise. So she said it's going up $120 a month. I was calling to figure out why it went up $20, and then she made it go up more. And I said, please don't do that, I can't afford it. And she said, I can't change it. And we're not depressed, we're broke. We're broke.
No, because fuck you, America, for making me for making me work 4 fucking jobs. 4 jobs! While I'm in college in rural fucking Tennessee, and I can barely pay my own fucking rent. And I'm taking 19 credit hours on top of those 4 fucking jobs, and I still can't graduate on time, and I still can't graduate early, even though I'm taking 21 credit hours next semester! It's not fucking fair. It's not fucking fair anymore. It's never been fair, not in my lifetime. And will it ever be fair? No, because I'm a woman in America. Oh my God. I just want to live in peace, America. And I will one day. Probably somewhere fucking else. Anyways, look how cute my nails are.
This economy is violating. People don't talk about it enough, but I'm gonna complain every single chance I get. We just left the drugstore and we spent $85 on Mucinex and cereal and milk. $85. I have no words. No words.
So I don't normally ever come on here and post anything except of my dog because he's absolutely gorgeous. But I am extremely frustrated being a full-time employed person living in Florida and not being able to afford to live. I have spent my whole fucking day off trying to find a, more affordable place to live because I can't afford fucking $1,300 a month in rent and then fucking a $650 car note and then $300 in fucking insurance and then you got utilities and it's either I eat or I pay my bills, and then even then it's like, okay, well, which bill's gonna be fucking late this month? And I'm so fucking sick of it. Like, all these fucking apartment complexes and realtors and even private renters, fuck you. Fuck you so fucking hard. And I mean that with everything in me. Fuck you. I, nor anybody else, should be working 60 plus hours a fucking week and not be able to fucking live. I'm about to crash the fuck out. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me losing my fucking mind. I don't know. But I'm about to lose my shit because I just can't take it.
Why is toothpaste almost $10? Soap, detergent, deodorant, all necessities. It feels like we're being taxed just to live. Every year it feels like these basics are getting more and more expensive. Our pockets feel it and the company's profit.
Okay, real talk. How y'all affording life right now? I mean, Pringles are $2.62. My kid's getting the generic form of that, which is Pringles, because I'm not paying that much for Pringles. Like, I don't understand. Like, life is so expensive right now. Like, what am I doing wrong? That's the first thing. Another thing that I don't really even buy very often, I went to go get Pillsbury cinnamon buns, and they were $5.67. I remember when they were $1.99. What in the world? Just don't know if I need to start selling something. Body organs, limbs. I mean, what are you all doing? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm tired and I'm broke. And I'm tired of being broke. So, yeah.
These TikToks really show what life feels like right now. People aren't exaggerating. Everything's going up while paychecks stay the same.
Y'all know what's crazy is that the average American right now cannot afford to have an emergency situation. They can't afford to have a car breakdown. They can't afford to have a medical emergency. The average American right now cannot afford to have a $1,000 emergency. It will set them back weeks, months, depending on their financial status and situation. I truthfully think that that is fucking outrageous. But it is a reality. I even heard some weird statistic that the average American needs to make 60, I can't even say that with a straight face, $66 an hour for the average American to live comfortably compared to like 2012 or some shit, like total astronomical statistic. So it's just so wild that this is now the new norm.
Look, I was super naive about like what I thought inflation was until yesterday. Now let me tell you what happened. So I went to the gas station. Literally, I had a sweet tooth, wanted to grab some snacks. So I got these two items. I got a water, so a Life water, and I got a pack of Lifesaver gummies. Those two items cost me $8. $8? Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you. I grew up going to the ice cream truck where you could get like 5 or 6 items for under $5. You talking about 2 items for $8? Yeah, y'all not seeing me outside. It's cooked.
I am so scared for us American people. Like, if the bills keep rising the way that they do, how are we gonna live? Like, you can't live off minimum wage. There's no damn way. My electric bill is $150. I'm never home. So what's it gonna be next year? 200, 300, 400? Rent, thankfully, I have cheap rent. But some people I know are paying like $1,200, $1,500, $2,000 a month. That's insane. Like, I'm scared for like my generation of people and my children. Like, my son, how much is rent gonna be when he's old enough? $4,000? Something's gotta give, because there's no way that we can continue to live this way. Like, us normal people. No way. Who are bringing home $600 a week. And your rent is 2 paychecks. You still have car, gas, groceries, electric, internet, There's no way. Something's gonna happen. Like, we need to, like, protest bills. Stop fucking paying them. Evict us. Stop going to work. Now the government's not getting tax money. Like, the economy's gotta fall. Because otherwise, everyone's just gonna be homeless. I don't know.
The cost of living in this country is currently, it's not going to be, it is currently unsustainable. And there are people that they know this, but then they'll still look at somebody else that's struggling and then tell them they're not doing good enough. I want you to imagine somebody that makes $75,000 a year. That's a pretty high up wage in terms of like top earners in this country, $75,000 a year. And we're going to go through some things here. This is a person with no debt outside of a car. And please don't hit me with the, you can go buy a car for, shut up, you can't, shut up, stop saying ridiculous things. An entry-level decent car is $30,000. So this person who puts $200 a month into insurance and they pay 5% into their 401k, because shut up, people should be able to put money into their retirement. Because if you're not doing it now, you're never going to get to start doing it later. So after those two things come out of their paycheck, and their taxes are paid, they bring home $53,850 a year from a $75,000 paycheck. Average rent in my state for a 1-bedroom apartment, because an adult should be able to live by themselves, $1,700. That car payment at 6% for an entry-level, very reasonable sedan, nothing fancy, that car payment's $579 a month. Car insurance, $240 or so a month for a lot of vehicles in this day and age. You're a young person, you've got a nice job, but the insurance companies still want to screw you over. Food. You only cook at home. You never, ever go out. You only cook at home and you only eat decent quality food because a human being should be allowed to eat decent quality food. You pay $879 a month for that. You spend $250 a month in gas. You wear and tear on your car $100 a month. $80 for your phone, $80 for your internet, $175 a month for your electricity, $70 for your water, $20 for your cash. You make $75,000 a year, and outside of a car payment, you have zero debt. Do you know how much money you have left over annually at a $75,000 wage? You do nothing. You don't own a Netflix. You don't go out on a date. You don't pay to go to a park. You don't go watch a movie. You do nothing. If you can't find it on the internet for free, you don't get to do it. If you can't cook it at home for your $800, you don't get to do it. You have $3,700 left over annually. That's like $320 a month. And there's going to be, well, that's $300. Shut up. Shut your stupid, contrarian, edgelord mouth. That's not a doctor bill, because God knows just because we have insurance doesn't mean that we don't still pay far out the ass when we go to the doctors. People like to be entertained. They want to date. They want to... There's those of you out there that will tell somebody living like this on $75,000 a year before taxes that they are not doing what they're supposed to do, that they should get a second job, that they should get a side hustle, that they should get a better job. And the fact that you would look at somebody with no debt other than a car and say something like this to them means objectively you're a moron and you live in a fantasy world. This is unsustainable.
Every time you think prices might calm down, they get worse. People are just trying to survive, and it's hitting everyone.
I just need somebody else to tell me that they're living paycheck to paycheck and putting themselves into credit card debt out of necessity, not because of fun. I am 28 years old. I work a decent paying job. I love my job. I make good income. We have no kids, me and my fiance, and we're still barely scraping by. Our bills are paid, but we can't save any money. We can't go on vacation. I mean, we do little things here and there, but realistically, we don't really do anything. And we still live paycheck to paycheck, okay? I don't understand how people with kids are doing this. Props to y'all. I mean, seriously, the utmost respect, because I feel like I'm drowning and I only have cats. Any money that we're able to save ends up getting spent on the car, or the cat has to go to the vet, or one of us has a medical emergency. Like, it's just gone. It's gone. I don't understand. We don't live beyond our means. Are we all just collectively putting ourselves into debt because I don't know what else to do?
I saw this post where the guy said the bottom 60% of Americans can't afford a quality life. Basically, they're not able to really feed themselves and put gas to basic necessities, that they're maxing out their credit card. He then goes on to say, well, that's a nice way of saying the majority of Americans don't have a quality of life. And while I can agree with that, he said also the system is failing. Who put the system in place? People who keep voting the same people into office, right? That is where we need to take accountability for ourselves. We need to take accountability and learn financial freedom and literacy on our own. Because the system, this is where he's correct, is broken because the American education system teaches you to be a good girl and a good boy, sit down, be quiet, and ask for permission to do anything. Take your work home with you and do your work and return it. It doesn't teach you how to balance a checkbook, invest in stocks, etc., compound interest. It doesn't teach you that because our American education system said, John D. Rockefeller, I need a nation of workers, not free thinkers. Think about that.
Living in America in 2025 feels like you're trying to breathe while someone's hand is over your mouth. And they're charging you rent for it. As soon as you get paid, it's gone. You buy groceries and the bags are lighter. You fill your tank and the needle mocks you. Food's up, rent's up, insurance, utilities, coffee. I mean, even your damn toothpaste is up. Everything's up. Except the paycheck. Oh, and everything's also smaller. Shrinkflation? Yeah, that's the way they rob you while smiling in your face. You're not imagining it. The box is smaller. The portions are skimpier. The price is higher, and you're supposed to eat it with a smile. This isn't bad budgeting. This isn't laziness. This is a rigged game where everyone at the top profits and everyone at the bottom is a slave. We're getting taxed, drained, and blamed every step of the way. If you feel it too, you're not crazy. You're just living in America in 2025. And it's fucking brutal.
I know I'm not the only adult that sits in their car wondering how they're making the most money they've ever made in their entire life, and it still doesn't seem to be enough. My rent is $2,000 a month, and I live in a townhouse. My car note is $535 a month, and that's on the low end compared to what I see a lot of people pay. My car insurance is $370 between two vehicles. And every time I fucking turn around, that shit's going up, and they can't even tell you why, other than that the rates have increased. Fucking why? And then you got some fucking orange man in office trying to convince you that your grocery bill has decreased, but I just went and spent $100 on fucking chips, bread, bananas, apples, some fucking muffins, and hamburger meat. Oh, don't forget the $10 eggs. My HOA just decided to charge me $100 because I left my garbage can sitting out in front of my house for a couple of days because I needed to let it dry after dumping it with bleach because there were maggots in there. You rent from these companies and they penny pinch you on every fucking thing that they can. We are being bullied into poverty by these corporations and billionaires. And we have somebody in office gaslighting us in our face, telling us, oh, no, you're not. I don't understand how the families that are living off $15 an hour, like, how are you doing it? How do you pay your rent? What do you do when your car breaks down? I don't know, dude. I'm just sitting here. I'm like, I'm blessed compared to a lot of people, and it's still fucking hard.
I might piss some people off by going on a rant about this, but mornings like today, I just really fucking hate living in America because the expectation here is that we put our jobs first. It's that we work more than we literally are, like, in our own homes and with our own families and our kids. And I'm just really angry about that because I, like, go to work and I miss my kids, and and this is coming from a person that, like, I love my job and I love the people that I am around during my job. I love the people that I work with, and I've been here, like almost 7 years, and I love it. But I have 2 young boys that I just, like, want to be around, and there are days where I wish that we had at least, like, an extra day for the weekend. Like, I wish that we had at least a 3-day weekend rather than a 2, because I'm at work 5 days and only off 2 days and get to spend a full 2 days with my kids. I just feel like it's, like, madness. I feel like it's crazy. It doesn't make sense to me. I am, during, like, the times that I am awake, I am at work and working more than I am with my own 2 boys, my own family, and that breaks my fucking heart because I feel like I'm blinking and they're just growing up and I'm, like, not a part of it. And I know that might sound dramatic or ridiculous to some people, but, like, I feel like I'm not a part of their lives because I get 2 days off, and then, like, we're expected to, like, take care of our mental health and, like, go get our nails done and go get our hair done and, like, go take time for ourselves. And I'm like, how do I take time for myself when I'm already away from my kids as much as I am? It fucking sucks. I hate that. And then I just feel guilty, and I feel like we're just working our asses off and putting our jobs first and spending more time at this fucking place to still not be able to afford groceries and, like, rent or mortgages, buying houses, like, going to the fucking store. Like, God forbid you need, you want to buy extra things, like, then we're just putting ourselves in, like, more debt and trying to pay off that debt. And, like, no wonder why so many people are trying to become, like, influencers or own their own businesses and stuff, because it's like, we're just trying to get ahead. But then you come online and you don't even know who to trust, because people are just completely dishonest or dramatic and like, yeah, over dramatic, trying to sell you shit because they're trying to make an extra penny. And it's like, get your bag, I'm all for that, but like, you don't know what you can trust, and you don't know what's true, what's a lie, what people are saying just to make money. And it's like, I get it, I fully understand. Like, that's another thing, is like, there's so many opportunities that I have been given, but I have not taken, because I'm like, this isn't up my alley, like, this isn't my thing, and I don't want to be dishonest. And so I'm like, is that what we're all doing? Like, we're all just fucking lying for these companies and selling shit just so that we can like make some extra money to like get out of debt? And it's like, do I do that? No, because I'm an honest person, and it just fucking sucks. And I don't know, like, we're all just trying to like survive over here, and I feel like we shouldn't be trying to survive. I feel like we should be like enjoying our lives and spending it with our families. And I'm just super frustrated. I don't know, now that I've gone on a 3-minute rant about it. But you go to other countries and it's not like that. Like, they really have a good home life balance, and I just feel like we don't have that in America. So I don't know, I'm just fucking frustrated. And it's like, if we don't work, then we're on the fucking streets. Or maybe we don't work and then you live off the government. It's like, choose your poison, right? Like, pick your poison. So anyways, that's my rant for the morning. Like, here I am sitting in fucking the same traffic that I sit in every day, that makes me late every single fucking day, no matter what time I leave the fucking house. It's so annoying. And it just puts me in a bad mood. It really just sets my fucking Monday on the right foot. But anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful week. If you've made it this far, I apologize, but have a great Monday, a great week.
The frustration in these videos says it all. This isn't just inflation. It's a reality check for what normal life costs now.
Now, y'all excuse my language, but I just saw an ad on here that was talking about paying your rent in installments. And I want the world to know, and I want the U.S. of America to know, and I want whoever is in charge of the financial beings or the financials of this country, if somebody has to pay their rent in installments, it's too damn high. That's all. Like, it don't take no rocket science to figure that out. It don't take no master in financials to figure that out. If you got to break your rents up in installments, it's too high. Come on with this foolishness. I'm going to break up my rent, put my rent on Klarna. If we don't get the hell from here, y'all excuse my language, Mr. G just flustered.
How do y'all enjoy your weekends when you're broke? Am I the only one saying this? But like, you ever work all week, you realize you ain't got no money, then the weekend rolls around, and you think to yourself, I can't enjoy it because I got no money to do nothing. I remember in the summertime, one time I was like, getting ready to go get gas to mow my lawn, and I realized I was broke and had to like take money off my overdraft, my checking account, just to buy fuel for my lawnmower. And I'm watching all my neighbors with like RVs and like, you know, got trampolines in their back lawns, and they got four-wheelers and all these things that like luxuries that I can't buy, and it doesn't really bother me, but because I don't really care about luxuries in life. But I'm like, I just want to be able to enjoy my weekend and feel like I got a few extra dollars, or like when I'm mowing my lawn, I want to take pride in that. But I can't explain the feeling that you get when you're broke on a weekend. You just almost feel guilty for enjoying yourself. Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
Why is everything so damn expensive nowadays? I got a medium fries from McDonald's yesterday. It was $4 and change for just a medium fries. I just got a mini curry chicken from Golden Crust. That's why my tongue is yellow. I used to pay $5.25 for this, plus you get a free can soda. It's now $8, plus there's no can soda. When will this inflation stop? I am tired.
How are y'all affording to live out here? Like, genuinely, how do you afford it? My husband and I just got married, so we're in the process of like switching everything over and getting our own stuff. and we literally can't afford it, like simply. We just got a quote for our car insurance and it's $220 a month for the cheapest thing that we could find, on top of our student loans, our rent, our groceries, our electricity, you know, all the other bills. The next thing that we have to do is get new phone bills because, you know, we're married and we got to get off our parents. We might be getting flip phones. Like, I literally don't. How are we going to afford it? We can't afford. We cannot afford all this stuff. Like, we both have full-time jobs. We can't. How are y'all affording to live? We're trying to find side hustles. We have Instacart and DoorDash. Like, I don't know what else to do. I can't get a second full-time job. Like, I don't have time for that. I'm very overwhelmed. Adulting sucks. Adulting is a scam. You work until you die. You still can't afford to live. Somebody needs to come up with a better system.
Being broke in America is expensive. I don't know who needs to hear this, but being broke in America ain't cheap, baby. Let me tell you, it costs more to be poor in America, okay? I don't know about these other countries. Y'all might get a free apple and orange, a free bag of rice. Not in America. You're going to pay, okay? Groceries in America is like $2,000 a week. When I tell you this shit is expensive, we got bills over here, and we are poor, okay? We got $600-700 car notes because, you know, our credit is bad, and we got high interest rate. We got $300+ a month in insurance because we live in the hood, and everybody price gouge on black people. We got dollar stores in the hood that ain't $1. They're $1.25, $1.75, $3, $5. Like, it's a trick. We've been paying tariffs when you're poor, okay? Let me tell y'all something. Don't come to America and think we don't get free health care. Let's talk about that. And next year, if you got any children 8 years old, they got to go to work in America. 8-year-old.
To be fully transparent, I'm literally like about to get a second job. Like, I literally work in corporate America. I am a senior project manager and I make an income that most people would say is a very high income, but I live in San Diego, California. So unfortunately, a high income in San Diego, California is actually not a high income at all. And if you would have told me in my teenage years that making this type of money wouldn't be enough, I would have been like, you're crazy. My parents take me to Hawaii every year and we go to Pismo and Solving and all of these family vacations and we eat out every Friday and my mom barely works and my dad makes X amount of dollars. And if you would have told me that if I made that money at 30 and wouldn't be able to do half the shit, even have a child, I'd be like, you're so crazy. But here we are. Here we are, and I don't even own, I rent, and yeah, I think owning would actually be worse and more expensive. I have friends who own and they're not having a good time, so I've held off on that as long as I can because it just seems like a headache. But yeah, the American dream. I have a college education. I've been in the business realm for years and years and years. I've climbed the corporate ladder. I will continue to climb it, but like I also work in public health right now, so RIP. Thanks so much, RFK Jr., for destroying everything that we've done in public health. Really appreciate it. But yeah, I'm literally about to get a second job. So if you're feeling discouraged or if you're feeling like it's just you, just know that it's not. We're all struggling.
You're not struggling because you're poor. You're struggling because you live in the USA. You're struggling because prices have gone up tremendously, but the wages haven't. You're struggling because your bills continue to increase, but your wages haven't. You're struggling because you have greedy, corrupt CEOs of companies that are continuing to record record profits, but are refusing to pay their workers a livable wage. You're struggling because the country that prints money won't give that money back to its people. You're struggling because the country that is in $37 trillion and counting worth of debt somehow finds a way to give billions of dollars to fund new wars, but won't find any money to fund the poor. You're struggling because this country is stealing 30 to 40% of your income, if not more. You're struggling because after this country wrongfully took 30 to 40% of your income, they're telling you to pay more during tax season. You're struggling because homes that used to cost $150,000 to $200,000 10 to 15 years ago are now costing $400,000, if not $500,000. You're struggling because those starter homes that used to be seen as affordable are now being bought by large corporations. You're struggling because rent was under $1,000 10 to 15 years ago is now costing almost $3,000 for a one bedroom. You're struggling because these greedy landlords continue to increase the rent. You're struggling because a $100 grocery bill 10 to 15 years ago will get you a huge haul, will now only get you a few things in 2025. You're struggling because the gas that you use to fill up your car used to be $1 and some change per gallon is now almost $4 a gallon. You're struggling because the cost of having a good time and living life has gone up tremendously. An airplane ticket used to be $200 round trip is now $400 one way. It used to cost under $1,000 to enjoy a vacation. Now it's costing almost $3,000 to $4,000 depending on where you go. You're struggling because you're forced to get a second job just to make ends meet as things continue to skyrocket. You're struggling because the American dream is no longer the American dream. It's the American nightmare.
If you've been feeling this too, you're not alone. Drop a comment, share your story, and subscribe for more real TikTok moments about what life's really like in 2025.